Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Q&A Friday, always fun. And let's see if we get to say hello to a few friends. I'm going to say happy birthday, 250 years, to our American audience. Okay, I know July 4th is tomorrow, but we're not on tomorrow. So let me just say a big happy birthday to you guys. Happy July 4th, Independence Day. Okay, hi, Barishan and Sandy and Lynn, good morning to you. Brahim, how are you? Mary, saying hi to Dave and Helga. Kevin, how are you? And sunny, warm. It's been very warm up north here too. Hi, Sue. And Roxanne, nice to have you on this morning. And Fran, there you are in Orangeville. See, Fran, I didn't miss you. Sandy in Chilliwack, British Columbia, and Maryland in Charlottetown. How are you? And Judy in New Brunswick. Laurie and Ryan, there they are in Sarasota, Florida. How are you guys? Laurie, another Laurie in Calgary. Maureen in Boca Raton, Florida. Maria is in Portugal. Marla, how is you? Judy in Newfoundland and Donna in Newfoundland. And Lise is on with us in her emoji. Yvonne in Petawawa, good morning. Patricia and Andrea and Nativity are in the clouds this morning. Dennis, I'm fine, Dennis. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Rosa, Carol is in West Virginia. Bonnie, Little Britain. Gwen, how is you? Lucille and Nativity. Nativity? I didn't mean to miss you. Wendy, Janice, and Heather in Miramichi. Carol in Wasaga Beach. I bet you it's warm, huh? Sandra in Chelmsford. Frida, nice to have you on. Cheryl in Lighthouse Cove. And another Cheryl right after you. Two Cheryls in a row. Francis in Vaughan. Rose, how are you? In Brampton. Cecilia saying hello and happy birthday to, is it your birthday, Cecilia, or are you saying that to the American guy? Hey, Patricia in Pulaski, Tennessee. And Sue, Manitoulin Island. Oh, must be beautiful. Karen and Carol and Patricia. And Rosalinda said she's in the clouds. John is from Elgin, Illinois. Sandy, Millica, good morning to you. Sherry is in, hi Sherry. Darlene, Judy, hot Elliott Lake. Wanda in Virginia. Teresa, guys, you guys have, hi Paul, how are you? Have a great day. In the United States, July 4th tomorrow. Heidi, Chaz, how are you? Laurie in Alberta. Yolande, I've been waiting on you. Bonjour. Kevin, my dear friend. Patricia in hot Florida. Jeez. Guys, we've had Florida-like weather in Northern Ontario. Hot, hot, hot. Okay? We finally got the memo for summer. Okay, it's been really hot. Don't want to complain. Denise says she has developed milia. You know what milia is? Little wee bumps. Hers are white. Sometimes they're yellow. I can't understand why I am inundated with them. Well, Denise, look, there's a couple of possible reasons. Whenever anything comes on the skin, I look to the gut. Okay? I look to the gut. What you see, remember your skin is your largest organ It's the visible organ. It's what inside that you don't see. Leaky gut. I believe that's what's happening, Denise, in your case. Probably a little bit of fungus. Start inside. Probiotics. Oil of oregano. Kill the yeast. I'd put a little bit of oil of oregano with Rivera. I love our skin cream with hyaluronic acid. I put a little bit on your skin. I find that to be quite effective. Okay? But look inside. It's not the eggs you're eating. That I guarantee you. Okay? It's not eggs that you're eating. I know it's keratin, but I like vitamin A. Eat your steak. Okay, Lorraine, plantar warts. Okay, what do I think? Well, viral, oil of oregano, big time for sure. Start inside out, though. Always, always inside. Fix the inside. Leaky gut, oftentimes. But when you see a plantar wart, you can absolutely put oil of oregano on it. I love oil of oregano. Have you ever heard of it before? Talk about it all the time. Ingrid says her friend has terrible equilibrium issues for the last 5 years. My word, no fun. Okay? And it started with severe eczema in her ears. And listen, if you have eczema in your ears, you have a major fungal, major yeast. It really started with your friend with a leaky gut. Leaky gut, even leaky ears. Okay? Might be autoimmune. And if it's been 5 years, Ingrid, but definitely gotta get her on some probiotics if she's willing. You gotta start inside out. You know, the first 3 questions have been inside out. Inside out. Start on the inside, because guaranteed she's got a very severe leaky gut. And does she now have crystals? Possibly. In the ears? I don't know. But that's what I would do if she's ready to do it. That's Ingrid. Jean, my son follows a very good diet, 50 years old. He's got some angina pain. The doctor put him on high blood pressure meds. He's wondering that potassium to take, he could take some potassium. Yeah. I would have him probably on some electrolytes. Okay? Just potassium specifically. Yeah, you could take potassium. But I would take more potassium, magnesium, combination of that. And salt, sodium. Could be dehydrated. I've seen that. And just to take potassium, not going to hurt you. In Canada, I'm not even sure if it's not different in the States even that. Good luck getting potassium above 99 milligrams in Canada, at least. But I specifically alone, I've never been a big fan of that. I like electrolytes more. And I would do an electrolyte formula. Okay, Patricia is asking about menopause and cortisol. Okay, I'm interested in switching to a bioidentical progesterone cream. Well, the problem is if you're in Canada, you need a prescription for bioidentical. Like, I'm not in practice anymore. I used to give out bioidentical progesterone. I love that stuff. You're switching. You can stay on both the menopausal and cortisol and add the bioidentical progesterone. I really like bioidentical progesterone. I'm not against it at all. But you need, if you're in Canada, Patricia, you need to have a prescription for it. That's the unfortunate thing, because a lot of doctors have no idea about bioidenticals. Brenda, just a question to clarify. With silent reflux as described in a recent email, there would not be any mucus in the throat. No, that's not true. You can have mucus. You're just not getting silent acid reflux is when you're not getting acid pain. Okay? That's why they call it silent. It's not that you're not getting mucus, because even with silent acid reflux, you can have mucus coming down in a postnasal drip. So it's not a lack of mucus, it's a lack of pain from, you know how you get like heartburn. Silent is you're not getting heartburn. And that's why silent acid reflux is so often missed. A lot of times it's the esophagus. And it could be pepsin. But the mucus would be there. It's not like you're not getting mucus in the throat. And that was Brenda. Thanks, Bren. Mike. Okay. Mike is saying he takes B12, 5,000 micrograms per day. He's a type 2 diabetic. He takes metformin, Ozempic once a week. He's on a peptide. Fingers or toes are still tingly at times, especially at night. Am I not taking enough B12? Oh, no, with 5,000 micrograms a day, you're taking enough B12. But remember now, the thing, Mike, that I would ask you if you were in front of me, I'd ask you, well, how long have you had the diabetic neuropathy? The damage to the nerves due to damaged blood vessels, feeding the nerves. You're not going to reverse that overnight. And it's not because, look, I like Navitol and B12 combined. I don't know if you're doing that or not. I would add that, because I find that to be very effective with diabetic neuropathy, okay? But give it time, Mike, because if you're a diabetic and you've had neuropathy for a bit, like you're not going to, Rome wasn't built in a day to get this reversed, but you're on the right track. I would add Navitol. David is asking, I would like to know what I think about peptides. I like peptides. Okay. Now, it's a big craze today. Ozempic is a peptide. Wegovy, whatever they call it, is a peptide. First generation. And you have second generation peptides like tirzepatide. And then you have one that's coming. Third generation, retatrutide, is very close to FDA approval. These are synthetic peptides. And look, peptides work. I mean, the first generation, if you look at Ozempic and whatever, remember, they come with a boatload of side effects because they affect your peristalsis. Now, David wants to know specifically the ones that are better studied, such as BP157. Well, BP157 is... any research that I've looked at can be very effective anti-inflammatory, healing tendons and things like that. You can take it orally or by injection. What is the other one you're talking about? GHK, isn't that for a lot of times for skin? copper, GH, K, copper peptide. There's so many peptides. And peptides are found in your body. They're signals. Usually they gastric linings are in your saliva, in your plasma. You got peptides. And now the world's going crazy, David, on peptides. I'm not against them at all. I mean, I don't have that much experience with them. I read everything I can because I want to be able to answer your questions. There's some that are like BP 157 I like. Heard some good things about it. Okay. That was David. Thanks, David. Gillian, restless legs. Her friend has restless legs. 3rd generation. Currently taking a drug. If she doesn't take the med, she's awake at night. Gillian recommended magnesium and Navitol. Yes, I like magnesium, restless legs. I like Navitol. I had restless legs. The thing that Navitol did for me, more than anything else, what Navitol did for my wife is incredible. Crosses the blood-brain barrier. Anything you think of circulation, Navitol. It boosts nitric oxide, Navitol. That's why it can be so effective. For me, it fixed my restless legs. I've never had them since. And that was 30 years ago. I think the first day I took Navitol, I never had restless legs again. For me. And I know many other people too. Magnesium I love. Sometimes with restless legs, I found them to be low in iron in the clinic. They were anemic. And soon as I put them on a liquid iron, they were better. B12 can be helpful. And yes, Gillian. Okay. There you go. Thanks for the question. Debbie. My doctor prescribed bioidentical Prometrium. Prometrium is progesterone, right? She has only given me 12 pills to use, then off for 16 days. I'm postmenopause. Can I take them every night? Well, I don't want you to go against your doctor. Okay. Anyway, in my training in bioidenticals, I know what the cycling meant. I studied the cycling for bioidenticals. By the way, I was a bioidentical provider, but I never gave anyone estrogen. I gave them progesterone, but not estrogen. Prometrium is in the pill form of a bioidentical progesterone. Do I like it? Yeah, I like bioidenticals. I don't like bioidentical estrogen. Can you take it every day? Yes. But I don't want to tell you to go against your doctor's wishes. Okay? I never cycled people off and on. I know, I did the training for it, but I didn't buy it. For me, if you needed progesterone, you were on progesterone. Especially if you're post-menopause. Joanne, is it possible to feel ill from heat and sunshine? You bet your boots. You get too much. You can get a heat stroke. Absolutely you can. Dip your head in cold water. Get a shower and make sure the head like cold. For sure you can have side effects like that from overdoing it. Like the heat here, like in Northern Ontario, we're not used to it, okay? We're not used to it. That heat in the last couple of days has been incredible for us. Like we never get it. So you can imagine, right? People have gone through, especially if they exercise. I seen a guy jogging here the other day, and it was about 35 Celsius, like hot, like 100 degrees. Anyway, yeah, for sure it can happen. Okay, Angie, and electrolytes, a lot of water. I've ordered curcumin, smart girl. Okay. Okay, you got psoriasis. Yeah, well, psoriasis is fungal. Okay? So the question is asked, would it be beneficial for my psoriasis? Yep. Oil of oregano. Antiviral, antibacterial, nature's most powerful antibiotic is oil of oregano. There's nothing like it. You can get tea tree oil and this and that. I like all those other things, but not like oil of oregano. It's the king of the castle. It's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitical. So yes, if you have psoriasis, you have leaky gut. If you have leaky gut, you got a fungal overgrowth and it's gone on your skin. Oil of oregano on the skin, oil of oregano internally, broad spectrum probiotics, and don't feed the bears. Don't have any sugar. It feeds the yeast. Psoriasis is fungal. Autoimmune. Linda. We love Linda, and she's a retired senior. Me too. Did you say tired or retired? Tired? I'm not tired. Okay. Linda is a retired senior. She's struggling with her weight. Are you a woman, Linda, or a man? You're a woman? You're complicated. Man, not complicated. Okay? Women, complicated. Even in menopause, Dr. Martin, even in menopause, women are complicated. Their thyroids are connected to different things like, here's weight gain in a woman when they have struggle. Too much estrogen, thyroid slows to a crawl, cortisol is robbing their progesterone. Cortisol has a big effect on keeping fat. And so, is there such a thing as a starvation diet? Yeah, don't do it. Could this be why I gained on a low-calorie meal plan? Yeah, because it's not calories. It's not calories. It's not calories in, calories out. Here is medicine in a nutshell when it comes to weight loss. Eat less, move more. Not taking into consideration the complexity of all your hormones, Linda. Hormones. Fix that. That's very important. The reset is the best diet. Like if you want to go, because reset had nothing to do with calories. Reset is everything to do with low carb. And very, very good for you. Grace. I'm seeing a lot of news on recent study that shows that DHA does not help Alzheimer's patients. Well, first of all, the dosage that they use, Grace, is enough for a mouse. DHA, your brain is made up of DHA. In Alzheimer's, what happens to your brain, especially in the frontal lobe? What happens? It shrinks. You want to be called fathead. The best fat is DHA fat. Steak. So, yeah, I see the research on it. They're observational studies, and they ask the question, Do you take omega-3? Yeah. Is there DHA in your omega-3? Well, I don't know. Maybe. Well, it didn't help your Alzheimer's. Well, first of all, it's observational. Very unreliable. You know what? People can't even remember what they took yesterday. They don't remember what they ate yesterday. And they have a tendency to lie. Oh, yeah, I take that. No, but, you know, look, I can tell you, let me just tell you about me, okay? Moi. I was in practice. I needed results. It wasn't speculation. It was facts. If I had people come in, their memory was fading. Better get results. DHA, the best of omegas, is DHA. EPA is good. DHA is even more important. Okay? It is so good for you. And I found it, look, if you're advanced in Alzheimer's, yeah, well, good luck with that. You know me, I'm into prevention. I'm into trying to prevent Alzheimer's. And DHA has got to be part of your package in prevention. So is eating eggs, meat, and cheese. So is getting off sugar because of Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. It's vascular. It's sugar destroys blood vessels. And so there's a lot of factors. But DHA would be part of my package. Well, for sure. And I've seen it work. And it is good for the brain. It's good for your memory. It's good for your eyeballs. It's good for cognition. It's good. It's good. It's good. I won't back off because I was in practice for all those years. I worked with DHA for so many years. And I love it. Okay. And you won't get me off of it. Okay. What is the difference between citrus bioflavonoids and Sophora japonica, and quercetin supplements? I don't know. I know we use citrus bioflavonoid. I like bioflavonoids. You know what a bioflavonoid is? Coffee. Citrus comes from the citrus fruit, right? And because it makes even quercetin even more bioavailable. To be honest, the Sophora, isn't that a plant? I have no experience with that. I don't know, might be good. I know what our quercetin does. And because we source it, I know exactly and I know in what combination it really works at. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question, Sue Ann. One is a plant and the other are bioflavonoids. I love bioflavonoids, right? What's the number one bioflavonoid? Coffee. Okay, let's see. Got time for a few more questions here. Okay, I think we're going to have to do Monday though. Annie, I've been eating eggs, meat, and cheese. You're a smart girl. Okay, let me see. I got to get to the question because you got a lot of stuff here. She has antiphospholipid syndrome. Is this the same question, Annie? No, maybe it is a different, but somebody asked me about this last week. Phospholipid syndrome, okay, is autoimmune. It's autoimmune. It makes you much more susceptible to clots, okay? And your doctor's got you on blood thinners, I guarantee it. Let's see. Yeah, warfarin, okay? You don't like it, but you might not have any choice. to be on a blood thinner, okay? Now they want to put you on, because you have familial hypercholesterolemia. Say that fast 3 times. And they want to put you on Lipitor. Well, Annie, I can't tell you what to do. This is for educational purposes only. I don't like Lipitor. Never have, never will. You have familial hypercholesterolemia, so what? Does that make you more susceptible to having a heart attack? No, because cholesterol isn't at the root of heart disease. If it was, we would have solved heart disease by now. They would put Lipitor in the drinking water if they could, because they're cholesterol crazy. Am I? No, I'm the opposite. I don't buy it. I never have. Cholesterol, your body needs cholesterol. Your body makes cholesterol. Your body don't even trust you to eat enough cholesterol. And cholesterol is only found in the animal kingdom. Is it at the root of heart disease? I don't buy it. That's me. So I'm not telling you what to do, Annie. Okay? Antiphospholipid syndrome. Well, now that's a different puppy. That'll clog up your arteries because you have an autoimmune disorder, and you get a blood clot. That can kill you. That gets into your lungs. It can kill you. So you're on a blood thinner. Modern medicine, there are some good things that they do. And sometimes you got no choice, okay? Now, as far as the statin, that's another problem. That has nothing to do with your phospholipid syndrome, okay? Okay, Joanne. B12 shots. How often? Well, it depends. What's your number? If you're taking B12. I just got to tell you, though, okay? Just got to tell you. The most effective way to get your B12 numbers up is to take a sublingual B12. That's been proven. Am I against B12 shots? Absolutely not. I'm not against them. I've taught you this in the past. Doctors used to very thought that B12 was very important. They've gotten away from it. You go to a pharmacist today and ask for a B12, and they'll send you over to the supplements because nobody's ordering the B12 shots anymore. Not that nobody does, but doctors used to do it all the time. They gotten away from it. They don't know the importance of B12. But the best B12 is sublingual every day. You can do both if you want. You're not going to overdose on B12, okay? You're just not. Okay. That was Joanne. What is the percentage optimal at cellular level when omega blood test? Well, you can Google that, Simon, but it's usually between 4 and 8%. If your 8% is better, the higher your omega-3 levels are in your blood, the better it is, okay? And you can measure it. There's a blood test. Probably where we live, you probably have to pay for it, unless the doctor ordered it, okay? Get your doctor to order it. Yeah, usually between 4%. If you're lower than 4%, you're really low. Sonia, lipoprotein is elevated. Lipoprotein A, what is the best way to decrease it? Well, first of all, that's genetics. Does that make you more susceptible to a heart attack? I don't buy it. Okay? Lipoprotein. What do I call that? When they want to do the small particle A and B, large particle. I call it getting into the weeds. Okay? Getting into the weeds. What do I mean by that? Well, doctors, okay, because there's, especially now with social media guys, especially now with guys like me on podcasts, okay, especially compared to before. In the 1980s, when I did radio shows, and I had my own radio show for many, many, many years, well, I would inform people, okay? And I was railing even then about cholesterol, so much so that I got kicked off of a radio station in Ottawa, CFRA. I was kicked off that show. I did a show once a month on CFRA. They kicked me off. Why? Because I was questioning the whole cholesterol theory. I questioned it on the radio show 30 years ago. And they didn't like me, and they kicked me off. I was going against Big Pharma. And there was a doctor who had a show on CFRA, and he didn't like me. And they kicked me off because I've been talking about cholesterol for that many years. And I've been talking about statin drugs for that many years. Okay? And then, so now with radio shows, podcasts, social media, people are questioning this whole thing on cholesterol. Right? The cholesterol hoax. There's actually a book called The Cholesterol Hoax. I've been talking about cholesterol and the hoax it is for a lot of years, guys. Okay? For a lot of years. So now people question. So you know what they're doing? Here, you think Big Pharma is stupid? Well, now people are questioning the LDL. They used to call it bad cholesterol. And today, yeah, most doctors still call it bad cholesterol, but there's a lot of, it's not LDL. Because people were questioning that. So you know what? Here's what they do. Here's what they do. They made up the lipoprotein story. The small particle, large particle, LDL. They went into the weeds to confuse people even more, to get people on more medication. Guys, here's me. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't think cholesterol makes you any more susceptible. I've stuck to my guns, and here's what makes you susceptible to heart disease. Insulin. Insulin resistance. And you can measure it. Measure your A1C, measure your HDL, measure your triglycerides. That is what is important for heart disease. Not LDL, not lipoprotein A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Z. I don't buy it. I haven't. You can't convince me. They want to scare the life out of you to put you on statin drugs. I don't buy it. What's your triglycerides? What's your HDL? That's what is important. What's your A1C? If you have fasting insulin, what's your fasting insulin? Those are the numbers. What are your uric acid levels? Right? Guys, I've been consistent. Consistent. I've been around a lot. I was thinking, I haven't thought about that radio show I did in Ottawa for years. I haven't even thought about it. They kicked me off. They literally kicked me off. A physician complained. Oh, if they could kick me off Facebook, they would. Okay, guys, we love you. We'll finish up on Monday. You guys are unreal. You're so good. Okay. Love our audience. Love your questions. You really do. Okay? And remember now, this is for educational purposes only. You have to make decisions on your own. Okay? Just remember that. Love you. Talk to you soon.